Hi, I'm Chase Garbarino.
And I'm Greg Gomer, and this is the BostInno Beat. As you can see, special edition beat. We have our favorite guest so far, Scott Kirsner, with us. And we actually saw Scott earlier this morning. Chase and I took a Barry's boot camp class, very intense workout. It was actually taught by Scott.
Not a lot of people know that about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little sideline on the S-Plane.
Swollen, you know?
Swollen.
I hope you guys will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, well.
If you can
I don't know. I'm not feeling great. I'm having trouble with this beer.
Bodies by Scott.
We got our asses kicked this morning.
Let's get started.
Well, obviously we're having some problem, and sometimes happens with live television.
Let's talk about RoboCop.
Oh, hell no.
We'll do it live.
Big week this week. Today, when you're watching this, 50 on Fire tonight, our biggest event of the year, and things have gotten a little crazy this year.
Chip Hazard came to one of the meetups before, had such a blast, loved it so much, he's offered to buy everybody at the event and the after party drinks.
I think through the holidays.
Which is huge.
Yeah, that's big news. Brent Grinna and Evertrue were rumored to literally have hired a campaign manager this year to campaign for Evertrue as a winner. And with all that new Bain money, rumblings that it might be, you know, one of the guys who did Romney or Pagliuca's campaign.
Interesting. Rumors out that HubSpot actually moved up their IPO date to try to get the potential three-peat of 50 on Fire. That's insane.
That's serious. And George Foreman III literally threatened to fight me with Barry of Barry's Boot Camp and Scott.
Is it Larry or Barry?
Barry.
Brian.
They're all Barry. If they don't win. So
I'm sad that we had this conflicting event, the launch party for the Globe's new business section.
Oh, nice plug. Nice plug.
With Charlie Baker, who is clearly on fire, next governor of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So did you guys get your invite to that?
I did write to spam, I think, but we'll see.
It's quite sad.
I think mine was
I think you're
lost in the
faking
mail.
it. Yours may have been lost in the mail.
I didn't get one.
I'll check into that for the next time we relaunch the business section.
You guys have something going on that I don't get an invite and you do?
Yeah. We worked out together. Making moves this week, Ryan Moore and Court Johnson will be joining their bald brothers at Atlas Venture by shaving their heads, but it's for an amazing cause. It's the St. Baldrick's event. It's at Blazing Paddles. It's coming up on December 8th. An amazing cause. Donate to get their head shaved and that stuff. Let's try to get the community support behind this. This is a good one.
It is St. Baldrick's. The money's going to pediatric cancer, so good for them. So yeah, go to the event. Give money.
St. Baldrick's is a great charity.
It's a great charity. It's a great cause. Way to go, Rimo.
Hot off the Goss train this week, got some pretty good Goss coming out of Backupify. Rumors out that they're looking to double their office space. They're looking for 15,000 square feet. A couple weeks ago, we had rumored, we had Goss that they were potentially acquired or in late stage deal talks. Unfortunately, this doesn't really seal the deal on that. We do know they're growing. It's a good sign for them.
It's a good sign for them. I always find it funny that the loosest lips in the Boston startup scene are the realtors. Like, if I were a client of one of these realtors, I would say, shut up and don't leak the fact that you're moving from Boston to Cambridge, you're looking for space.
Love that realty group.
Yeah, keep it coming.
Don't be signing any NDAs. Pre-Thanksgiving, I had trolled Scott on this very show.
We've never trolled before.
Only once.
I'm the only sucker who can't resist a troll.
Yes, that's true, that's true. So I trolled Scott saying now that Wayfair and HubSpot have IPO'd and we've got billion-plus market caps and TripAdvisor is doing well, what's he gonna write about now that we have pillar companies? So,
you know, look, I've been at this for a while and I want to see more pillar companies. You know, I remember writing about TripAdvisor in the early days of 2001, 2002 when they were started. And, you know, that's a fantastic company today. But I still feel like we're not seeing enough of them. You know, the collective market cap of Wayfair and HubSpot today is like $3 billion. And there are West Coast companies, you know, Uber, when they're raising money, that are talking about far higher valuations than that.
$40 billion or something. $40
billion, you know, when you look at an Airbnb, a Dropbox. So I don't feel like it's time to, you know, declare victory yet on pillar companies.
So, but do you think that's a problem with the institutional investors here or the companies?
Boy, it's a tough question.
Yeah.
I think it is a problem of the investors, and particularly of that super early stage. You know, I remember seeing Dropbox when they presented at Y Combinator, you know, where you can't quite tell like what makes this company special. You can't quite tell how are they going to be different from Carbonite, or how could they do something that Microsoft couldn't do. But that like sort of early nascent stage, when something's really just the concept and the entrepreneur, I feel like that's a place where Boston investors have a hard time investing. And a lot of them will admit it to you that, you know, they just want to see that traction. They want to see that finished product. They want to see that first customer using it.
Get it to the next step.
Yeah, yeah. And kind of a reluctance to build big consumer brands, you know. Rather than being Uber, we want to be the software that lets existing black car services, you know, run more efficiently. And those businesses just don't get as big.
It's hard to get big fast in B2B for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's this B2B startup that just got funded. I went to see them called Dispatch. You know, it's the classic Boston story of like $3 million for a company that's doing the software that's going to let, Uberify everything, you know, appliance repair and things like that.
So I guess we'll still have some troll bait for you then.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Unwanted feedback this week, kind of legitimate.
Yeah, it was okay.
My good friend Diane Hessen over at Communispace, she watched what was an awesome roast. She said we didn't roast enough women.
So today we're going to, guns are blazing, we're going to go at the ladies of the Boston tech community. First off, Katie Ray. You made Techstars Boston really exciting, and you're kind of like the mother of the Boston tech community. Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted. Maria Serino over at 406 Ventures.
My roast of Maria Serino is that she tweets as often as Halley's Comet comes by our planet.
Burn. Jennifer Lum, your feedback on angel investing and startups is extremely helpful and thoughtful. Boom, roasted.
Nailed it. Radina Cesari over at Fairhaven Capital. I've hung out with you one time. It was at South by Southwest a few years ago. You bought me a drink, didn't even have to. Boom, roasted.
Wow, Maya Heyman, I really don't know you that well, but you seem to be making some moves. Boom, roasted.
Nailed it. Diane, you had the backbone to email me directly and say in a really nice way that we didn't have enough women on the beat. I was really thankful. Boom, roasted.
Gene Hammond, stay wild. Boom, roasted.
Wild. Sarah Hodges, you have to work with Dave Balter every day. Boom, roasted.
Some of these are a little too gentle, but that one, you came out with guns a-blazing.
That was a good one.
I think they're pretty rough.
And Kate Castle, your work with Stay in MA is extremely selfish of you, trying to keep Boston's most precious resource, our students, in town with helping pair them with startups. Boom, roasted.
You know Trish Carter, founder of Dancing Deer Bakery?
Wow.
Your shortbread is just so buttery and rich. Boom, roasted.
Take that, ladies.
Is there a barista here? Because this roast just got dark.
One more bit of news this week.
Wow,
is that great segment. I'm taking control. Dave Balter published this fantastic post on Inc.com that was titled, "I just sold my Google-backed startup for $75 million, and I'm scared."
Ooh. Did the bank account not get the money? Is it too much to fit in or something?
Now that I sold it, where do I put my hands?
Am I concerned that by putting Google in the headline, other ventures might not invest or something?
And I got an out-of-office message from Dave the next week that said, "I'm in the scary 4th trimester of my pregnancy, or of my business.
Right.
I may not be able to get back to you quickly."
If you see Dave out there, looks like he could use a hug.
Yeah.
Give him a pat on the back.
Give him a pat on the back.
I'm not usually a hugger, but for Dave.
For Dave,
I'm going to make an
he's
exception.
scared. $75 million to Google.
Oh yes, I can afford everything.
We have had a special beat with Scott Kirsner. Thanks for coming out. You can follow Scott at lo.co/Scott Kirsner.
That is not really true.
No, you